without further ado, here is what Luna has in store for us all. It is, boom, the story, Jim Henson's The Storyteller. Luna, are you talking still? Are you still there?
I'm here.
Okay,
I
good,
am
good,
here.
good.
I'm tucked behind Mr. John Hurt here, but that's okay.
I can see
Getting
that.
cozy.
It is
That's all
cozy.
right.
No, it's all right. It's all right for a time. There, that's better.
Yes. There we go.
Okay, so tell us, Luna, what is it about this one that speaks to you? Why do you like this one so much?
So I did not discover Jim Henson's The Storyteller until I was of an adult. I had become an adult already. I guess according to our planet's age requirements, I
Mm-hmm.
was I was familiar with Jim Henson, and I was familiar with the other things that his other works like The Labyrinth and The Dark Crystal. But this was sort of this was sort of a surprise out of left field that I really liked. It's just a series of I think 7 or 8 short stories, but based on European fairy tales. And
Ooh,
it's narrated by the lovely John Hurt here, who is heavily makeuped, but he's such a great actor.
yeah.
John Hurt plays the storyteller, and he has his dog, who I don't think is ever named, but he's voiced by Brian Henson, who is Jim Henson's oldest son.
Ooh, cool.
Um, and he tells the storyteller tells goes one after the next, telling various stories, and the dog kind of cuts in every once in a while as like kind of the voice of the audience watching, like, why is that, or that seems weird. And like kind of like adding, like he's sort of like the peanut gallery almost.
Ah,
um
yes.
so, and all the stories are, I think they're all about kind of 10 to 15 minutes long,
Oh,
and they're all done with creatures from Jim Henson's creature shop, and all done with puppetry. And there's a little bit of green screen going on because I think it was made in I believe it was filmed in the very late 80s. Um,
ah,
but it's so good and it's so charming, and all the stories they're all actually, what's really nice about it is that I believe when I first saw it, I was not familiar with any of the stories that were in this set. So it's not your typical like Little Red Riding Hood kind of set. They're all very unique. It's taken from all over. So there's Russian folk tales, and there's like Spanish folk tales, and there's English folk tales and Welsh, and it's really really well done. All the puppetry is really well done, and in one of the stories there's a secret. There's a secret Sean Bean.
whoa.
I don't want to ruin it. I don't want to
Oh,
ruin it, but there's a
double
secret
six.
Sean Bean.
Ned
I
Stark.
mean, it's not really secret.
What?
I mean, you'll know it's Sean Bean when you see it, but he's a very very young Sean Bean. But it's the stories are really well done, and there's a gigantic, there's like a lion, there's like a fully animatronic puppet lion in one story, and there's
Ooh,
a full puppet griffin that's like towering over everybody, and it's like legitimately that big, like it's this huge, like 10, 12 feet tall.
wow.
They just did a fabulous job with all the puppetry, and the stories are really charming, and um it's but it's quirky too. Like it's not your typical, like you're not Henson's The Muppets, so it's not going to be so it gets a little dark sometimes, but
Nice.
it's really good. The dog's point of view is really cute, and the transitions are brilliant. The editing and the transitions to each story are really brilliant. They try to like kind of tie everything together, uh, and so this is Jim Henson's The Storyteller with John Hurt, and there was a kind of I guess a sequel set that came out a couple years
Oh,
later
really?
called that was the Greek Myths. It was 4 stories, which was not which it was different storyteller and a different dog, but it was not as good in my opinion, but
Hmm.
still worth seeing from the puppetry standpoint because that was still a part of it.
Just lacked the kind of
Um,
flair that this one had.
yeah, yeah, like that kind of, yeah, it lacked and
Yeah.
also because all the tales were Greek myths, it was very sort of like, I guess it was just very one topical, like it was one region, one set of stories. And some of those stories, I believe, there's the story of the Minotaur and the story of Icarus, and
Yeah.
but they're still worth like, but this one is my all-time favorite. So this is like,
Awesome. Was
and
there?
what's nice about these is that because they're shown together, but because they're all like 10, 15 minute segments, you can kind of like watch a little bit at a time and come back to it later.
Awesome. Was there any one story in particular that's your favorite? Do you have a favorite of the lot?
Oh gosh, it's
Or
so hard because there are some stories have really amazing puppets, and so I like that part of it, but then the story's not so great. So then there's ones that have really great story. I think in terms of overall, I believe the True Bride. There's a story called The True Bride, and I
True
really
Bride?
like it because It's the one with the secret Sean Bean, but that's not why I like it.
That's
I like
that's
it
like a
because
little bonus.
it's just a bonus. There's the puppetry in that is really good, as well as the story itself is very sweet, and also very funny and goofy in a way. So it's kind of got the whole gamut of a beautiful puppetry and like beautiful story that's kind of like that was unfamiliar to me at the time.
Ah,
And what's nice is that the before as the story each story is starting, it tells you what part of the world it's from. So the True Bride, a Russian fairy tale, or the Soldier in Death, a Scandinavian fairy tale or whatever. But yeah, it's they're all very good.
True Bride, everyone. That is Luna's favorite. I hope you'll get one
Yes.
too and check it out. You got anything else you want to add about this one?
Um, just that I think that just to add that the some of John Hurt's lines in the show are very like whimsical and witty, and I'm trying to think if I can quote one. He has a really long one that I can only paraphrase, but but one part of it is that he's trying to explain to people, like, explain to the audience, I'm a storyteller, and what does that mean, and why is that important? And he says, I could do this and I can do that, and I am a luxury and therefore a necessity, which I love. I love that phrase. I am a luxury and therefore I am a necessity.
Nice. Nice contradiction
So
there.
yeah, I like it. I like it. So
That
I recommend it. Highly, it's probably, I do not know if it is available on streaming sites or Netflix or anything, but if you can, it'll find its way to you if you look hard enough, I'm sure.
yes, yes, Sumio. Yes, John Hurt did die. May he rest happy.
Yes, rest in peace.
Yeah. So you heard it, folks. Jim Henson's a storyteller, right from someone who personally experiences it, someone who loves it. Check this one out. As a matter of fact, when I heard about this, some of my family members know I'm a VTuber, so I told them about this one. I said, "Oh, one of my guests likes this story," and then they checked it out. I'm like, "Ooh, I'm gonna check that out."
Oh
So,
yeah, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm curious to see because it's again, I didn't see it from a child's perspective. I saw it as an adult, and
ah,
so even as an adult, I was like, wow, these are really great. These are fabulous. And so I can imagine like kid would have a different perspective, but they're all like it's definitely enjoyable from an adult perspective
definitely
too, as well as like yeah.
awesome. Give it up for the storyteller, folks. It's good for Luna, and it's
Yeah,
good to be
check it
going.
out.
Check that one out. And yes, Fireholder, that those are some shady sponsors. You have no idea. You should check out my sponsor videos. I have them all on my YouTube channel. I have them all on a playlist. The stupid sponsors. Yeah, the
Things you gotta do to get by in this world, right?
exactly, precisely, precisely. All right, let's get back to the guest days. Thank you, Jim Henson, the storyteller. Jajang.